today's Talk About It Tuesday question is, being that STEM jobs seem to be the way of the future, do you propose guiding the next generation in an intentional manner towards career opportunity and not so much in a do what makes you happy strategy? All right, so STEM, just to be clear, science, technology, engineering, and math. So let's just back up for a second because I don't know where this idea of work being the place that brings you joy came from. So if we look at all of human history, right, and we go back 250 to 300,000 years of modern humans, for the bulk of that time, we were hunter-gatherers. So our work, and what is work? Work is that effort, work means effort, that effort you put in towards gathering the resources needed for survival and thriving in the environment that you find yourself in. So for the bulk of those 250,000 to 300,000 years, we were hunter-gatherers. And there are still a few hunter-gatherer tribes left today. And if you ask them, does wandering around for hours, digging up roots, picking fruits and berries, hunting game, tracking game, is that fun? Does that bring you joy? I can guarantee you they will say no. It is work, it is effort, but it is necessary for our survival. So let's fast forward 10,000 years ago. We saw the beginnings of agriculture and herding. If you've ever, I'm not talking about your little hobby garden in the backyard. I'm talking about if you've ever tried to farm anything and worked from no sun to no sun, hard labor all day, then you will know that farming and even herding is not fun. That is not your happy place. So let's just fast forward again 200 years ago when we moved to industrialization, where people worked in factories, labored in factories all day long in order to get income to survive. If you ask people, is working in a factory fun? I can guarantee you people will tell you no. So why is it now, 50, in the last 40 to 50 years, we've moved into this technological age, and suddenly, and I don't even say it's 40, 50 years ago that we got this attitude. Maybe in the last 20 years, people have gotten this attitude that work is supposed to be your happy place and that you should follow your passion and not follow the income. So let's just do some simple math here. We have 24 hours in a day. The average person works for 8 hours. And I've heard people say, I don't want to work on a job for 8 hours that doesn't make me happy. Okay, I can agree with that if the job that made you happy also provided sufficient income to live the lifestyle of your choosing. So let's do the math. If you're on a job that you don't like for 8 hours a day, but it doesn't provide sufficient income, that means you're going to be miserable for the next 16 hours a day. How does that make sense to you? When you could sacrifice your joy and put in the effort, the work for 8 hours, and then enjoy the other 16 hours. That makes a lot more sense to me. I'd rather sacrifice 8 hours of happiness for 16 hours of happiness than get 8 hours of happiness and sacrifice 16. It doesn't make sense. So let's just move to the question a little closer. Should we steer kids to STEM? I think we should move some kids to STEM who are capable of being successful in science, technology, engineering, and math. But everybody won't be successful in that. They just don't have the aptitude for it. But there are so many high wage jobs that are available that are unfilled now. Long distance truckers are making high six figure incomes. And there's a shortage because young people don't want the misery of sitting in a truck and driving it across the country. Nursing jobs, high income, unfilled. Plumbers, six-figure incomes, unfilled because they don't want to go through the process that it takes to become a master plumber. There are a lot of other jobs that are not as high tech Of course, the STEM jobs are going to be, it's unfortunate we have to import talent from other countries because there's such a shortage in the STEM areas. But there are also other jobs. So should we be steering them, guiding them? Yes, we do it anyway, right? How much time do we spend taking kids to sporting events, hoping that they'll be a professional athlete when that's almost impossible? And how do I know? I have uncles and cousins who play college football. I play college football. My son played college football. And we're not in the pros, but we were all talented. It takes a whole lot more than just talent. And the talent pool is enormous to be able to play professional sports, but we'll put hours upon hours, years upon years into our kids to steer them that way on a long shot and not also give them equally the same amount of academic, effort into something that makes sense, because even if they made it in sports, there's life after sports. We steer kids, our smart kids, towards things that are prestigious. We say, oh, become a lawyer. We have way too many lawyers. We have way too many lawyers. They're not even making as much money as a plumber anymore. Unless you're, again, top of your class at the most elite university and you work for a major corporation, as a lawyer, you'll make less money than a plumber. So absolutely, we should be guiding our kids and doing it the right way. So instead of saying do what you love and hope you make enough money, steer them early towards what is the lifestyle that you want to live? What will it take to finance that type of lifestyle? These are all the options that will get you the income to be able to live the lifestyle that you desire. Choose one of these. So it's not only STEM, but it's any type of career, entrepreneurship, investment, investing, anything that's going to give them the type of income they need to live a lifestyle. But you have to allow them to contemplate the lifestyle first, because what tends to happen is we steer them in a direction. Whatever income they make, they have to settle for whatever lifestyle that income that the income can afford. And I think that's backwards. Look at the lifestyle first, see what it'll cost. Look at the different career paths that will create that type of income and steer them towards one of those things. And they can't hate every one of them. I mean, that's just ridiculous. There has to be something that they have some type of affinity for and some type of, at least minimal joy it will bring them. So love the question. Absolutely, we need to be steering them in the right direction and not just saying do whatever you love. I say make the income that you can so that you can do what you love freely, right? Does that make sense? So make the income to support the lifestyle and support whatever hobby or passion project that you would like to do. But don't try to necessarily monetize your passion, because the market might not want your passion. The world may not think it's valuable. And so you'll be miserable for 16 hours instead of the 8 hours. I'd like to hear your take on it. Please like, share, subscribe, keep the questions coming, and I'll see you next Tuesday.